It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast. On this, the 4th day of October, 2023, coming to you from Bedford County, Virginia, Central Virginia area. Headlines for today: an 8-year-old boy rescued from a fall. Amsterdam port taxes increase. Heavy rains and flooding in the Virgin Islands. Carnival increases Cheers drink package. MSC Fantasia in Drydock. And Oasis of the Seas delayed. That and lots more live here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today is National Cinnamon Bun Day. Can I just take a second and point out, folks, you don't put a cinnamon bun in front of a big fat guy. That's, especially one that, believe it or not, does try to watch his weight some. Yeah, no. I will definitely celebrate today. I will have a cinnamon bun, and I shouldn't. But yeah, I do love them. What can I say? All right. Have a cinnamon bun today, folks. Join me. If you're listening via the podcast, you're always welcome here. You can access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. All the big guys have it. Just search for it. It'll come up. It's always posted within 10 to 15 minutes of the end of the broadcast. So, there's all sorts of ways you can listen to it. I've had a couple people wanted to know how to get a hold of Kelly Narowski from the other day. Just go to www.kellynarowski, NARWOSKI.com, or her Facebook page, or her Facebook professional speaker page. There's all kinds of ways. Just search for Kelly Narowski. You're going to find her, and there'll be ways you can contact her. Okay, so before we get to the news today, and quite frankly, with getting ready for this 12 o'clock show, there will be a 12 o'clock solo cruise deal show. And getting ready for that this morning, running a little bit behind schedule. I didn't get a chance to go through and pull up as much as I want to. But Elizabeth on location. Elizabeth is in Malta today and sent some pictures through from Malta. And they were in port with the MSC World Europa. That was there on a visit. Also in port as the MSC Fantasia, which is in Drydock there. So anyway, Elizabeth is in Malta today. All right, so we got to look at the weather. First thing. So let's do this right here. In the Caribbean, Felipe is just, it's hanging closer to the islands than anybody thought. Felipe remains disorganized as it moves slowly northwestward. It's not moving much northwestward, but it is moving in that general direction, and that's supposed to change during the day today. But heavy rains and flash flooding continue across portions of the British and U.S. Virgin Islands. And that will continue through the day today. Currently, the storm's about 150 miles north-northwest of St. Thomas, 815 miles south of Bermuda. Maximum sustained winds are at 45 miles an hour. She's moving northwest at 9 at the last reading I had. Pressure's up to, or pressure's down to 1,004 millibars, up, down, whichever way. You know, the smaller the number, the worse the storm. Okay. Turn toward the north-northwest is forecast later today, followed by a faster motion toward the north on Thursday and Friday. On the forecast track, the center of Felipe will continue to move away from Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands today. Felipe will then approach Bermuda by tomorrow night and Friday. So if you're in Bermuda, you need to definitely start following the progress of this storm. Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 150 miles from the center. So you go 150 miles north, that's going to start moving things toward Bermuda pretty rapidly. All right, so in the Pacific, things have picked up a little bit. First, you've got Lydia. Lydia is slightly stronger. It's about 435 miles southwest of Manzanilla, Mexico, about 625 miles south of Cabo San Lucas. Maximum sustained winds are 45 miles an hour. It's moving north-northwest at 8. Pressure is 1,003 millibars. The northwest to north-northwest motion with a reduction in forward speed is forecast during the next day or so. Beginning late Thursday, a much slower westward motion is expected. Now, south of Central America, a large area of showers and thunderstorms located off the coast of Guatemala is associated with the trough low pressure. Environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for gradual development during the next few days. Tropical depression is likely to form this weekend or early next week, while the disturbance moves slowly west-northwestward. They're saying it's a 10% chance in the next 48 hours, but 80% chance during the next 7 days. So that's going to definitely be one to follow. We've also got to look at the track of this one. The other one out in the western East Pacific, it's an area of low pressure located about 1,200 miles southwest of the southern tip of Baja. Showers and thunderstorms around this one. Development of this system, if any, should be slow to occur while it moves little during the next couple of days. We're talking about 10% chance in the next 48 hours, 10% chance over the next 7 days. So this one I don't see as being anything at all. All right, I'll be back with today's news stories after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. And this is one of those stories that you hate to report, but thankfully the ending is not so bad. A terrifying incident unfolded at the port of Salerno in Italy yesterday when an 8-year-old boy narrowly escaped a tragic fate. The boy had disembarked from the cruise ship, that's Enchantment of the Seas, by the way, with his family at the Salerno Maritime Station when a simple and innocent moment turned into a terrifying ordeal when the young boy slipped and fell into the water in the small gap separating the dock from the ship. The child had been holding his father's hands just a moment before he broke away, setting off on a sprint along the harbor wall. His father reacted swiftly, diving into the water in a desperate attempt to save his son. However, the gap provided too challenging to navigate for the father. leading to a precarious situation that could have ended in tragedy to both. The quick response of the port security guards and the ship's crew played a crucial role in averting disaster. They rushed to the scene, threw a rope and life ring to the young boy, allowing him to safely be pulled to the dock. Miraculously, both the child and his father were rescued without injury. Like I say, the incident was not on, but just off Enchantment of the Seas. All right, and a story that's not really good news for anybody in the cruise world, the Amsterdam port tax will increase in 2024, joining other ports worldwide and increasing the daily fee. This will impact all visitors, with cruise passengers taking the brunt of the hit. The cruise tax for every passenger will be raised by 37%. For land-based guests, the tourist tax on hotel stays for accommodations, the average cost of hotel rooms in the city, will increase by 12%. Other areas have recently passed similar measures. Venice approved the tax amounting to €5 that will apply to day trippers, including cruise passengers. Barcelona will increase the city surcharge for tourist and cruise passengers from €275 to €325. Nassau and the Bahamas will charge an additional cruise tax of $5 per passenger. St. Thomas and Tortola in the U.S. Virgin Islands announced a new $5 tax on Royal Caribbean group cruise guests. So it's going to be more expensive to go to all of those places, folks. Speaking of being more expensive, going on a Carnival cruise soon. Carnival increases the Cheers drink package on cruises of 5 days or less, departing December the 1st and after. The pre-cruise price will be $69.95 per day plus 18% service charge. The onboard price will be $74.95 per day plus an 18% service charge. Currently, it's $59.95. So they're raising the drinks package on short cruises by $10 a person. I make no comment on that. All right. MSC, as I mentioned we're talking about Elizabeth on location. MSC Fantasia is presently undergoing a comprehensive dry dock refurbishment at the Palumbo shipyard in Malta. The vessel commenced dry docking activities on September 25th, where it underwent a thorough regimen of routine maintenance, classification updates, and interior enhancements. With the scheduled completion date rapidly approaching, MSC Fantasia is poised to return to the seas in prime condition on the 12th of October. Guests on board the Oasis of the Seas were delayed in their arrival at Port Canaveral by an hour yesterday due to propulsion issues. You heard this story before, folks? Propulsion issues that affected the ship's speed. An electrical component in one of the azipods needs replacement. Repairs are underway, but it's unclear if other stops will need adjusting. At least they admitted the reason as being an issue with the azipods. Why the cruise lines have not admitted that from the start is beyond me. So, Azopod problems on Oasis of the Seas. They say they're getting it fixed. I suppose that's something. If it's an electrical component and they've got the part, it can be done on the fly. Could be done on the fly if they're slowed down. But we'll wait and see if there's not any follow-up stories from this one. All right, that's going to end the news portion for the day. Let's go over and see who's fussing at me in the chat room. Kenneth's with us up in Pennsylvania. Says, good morning, everybody, from a beautiful day in Pennsylvania, 85 degrees. Wow. We're heading to go kayaking. Supposed to be down to a low of 40 this weekend. Better do it now. Cool, Kenneth. Hot Air Tom is here. There's Melissa out in Arizona. Hi, Melissa. Oh, she's going on Harmony, checking in for Harmony of the Seas tonight. That's cool. Post me some pictures from Harmony. And if you go to the casino and go to the cashier in the casino, if you see a blonde lady with an English accent, her name is Rachel. Say hi from the fat guy. She'll know who you mean. Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. Dennis is here. Hey, Dennis. Fantasia. I thought I was doing the Fantasia. Ship to Shore's with us again today. Good morning. Glad to have you back as always. Mike says, welcome to Stuart. I totally agree. Always good to have you. Fantasia. 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 Mamma mia. Fantasia. I will be in the casino. I will say hello for you. Thank you, Melissa. I do appreciate that. All right, guys, just again to repeat, at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Daylight Time, Pete and I will be doing the Passion for Cruises solo cruise deal show for the week. We've got a couple new new cruises that'll be posted today. And I'm going to try to pull up one that was posted yesterday. So we'll see. Stewart says, I try to pop in when I can. I'm at work right now. Okay, we won't tell anybody at work that you're listening to the fat guy. But that's okay. It's always good whenever you can join us do it. I understand. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. Please join me at noon if you'd like. Whether you're solo or not, doesn't matter. Because remember, guys, anytime I throw one out here that's solo, I can still get you a deal if you're going double occupancy, too. Now, Pete doesn't like that. He likes to do strictly solo. But if I have anything to do with it, I can get you deals on those, too. So, just throwing that out. All right, guys. I'll see everybody back here same time, same channel tomorrow on Thursday Travel and Cruise Industry News podcast. For now, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising. Hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a fabulous day, everybody. Hope to see you at noon. If not, see you tomorrow.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.